We are excited to have the games. We waited for another year because this game, Tokyo 2020 game, has been postponed last year, as you know. This is an unprecedented situation for everybody in the world. For us, that was really challenging under this circumstance, and also, no other organizing committee experienced postponed games. So we are excited to host the games finally.
We now know that Tokyo will be under a state of emergency for the entire Olympic Games. Did that decision make you think, well, perhaps we should further postpone the Games?
The situation are changing all the time. Of course, last year on March 24th, 2020, in between the discussion with stakeholders, the postponement was decided. But ever since, we have been preparing for the games start on 23rd of July 2021, and we have been working on the COVID-19 countermeasures with all stakeholders to the games, including medical experts. So we got a lot of advices and supports from those medical experts, and also many different stakeholders. And we published the guideline for COVID-19 called Playbooks, which is dedicated to those different stakeholders. So we have a tailor-made playbook for each stakeholder. And we are making sure to communicate those guidelines to be digested by each stakeholder.
Yes, I mean, you've obviously made huge preparations and gone to a lot of trouble for consultation and create guidelines. Nevertheless, the Japanese emperor is one person who said he is extremely worried about the possible outbreak of COVID the Olympics could cause. The emperor said, given the public's worries, he appears concerned about whether the event would cause infections to spread. So tell us, what measures do you have in place to ensure that athletes around the world are in fact kept safe?
So under the playbooks for athletes and team officials, we have set a lot of guidelines, which are almost like 60, 70 pages of this playbook. We determined that the
60
guidelines,
or 70 pages of guidelines only works if people read the 60 or 70 pages, which I doubt is going to happen, to be honest, and if they abide by those guidelines. So how are you going to enforce those guidelines?
We asked to all the delegation to assign COVID-19 liaison officer for each delegation, so that this person will be in charge to collect the activity plan for all of their members, and also they will be in charge for monitoring the health condition for all of their delegation members during their stay. So for athletes, we will have we ask to the teams, NOCs, and PCs to have a screening test twice before entering Japan, and also entering Japan at the airport. We do have testing as well. And also, when they're coming into the village, we will have daily based testing for athletes to make sure, we have the health monitoring daily basis. And if there is a case of positive, then the screening test will be tested daily basis. And if somebody tested positive, we do have another test, PCR test. Then if determine the positive case, before the second test, this person will be isolated. And if the second test is positive, then we will have a separate, the medical place for these tested positive case people.
Well, what message do you think Tokyo is hoping to send to the rest of the world with these games?
So this is first ever games to be postponed 1 year. It's really unprecedented situation for everybody in the world. And everybody has been in a tough situation with COVID-19 pandemic. However, we do believe we can show the power of sport through Olympic and Paralympic Games under the circumstance. And when it comes to the Olympic and Paralympic Games, we believe the top athletes from all over the world showing their the best performance possible to the world. And as a games organizer, we expect to show these, their excitement and also the, their passion, their emotion, and those emotion unites the world. That's our games motto, united by emotion. So we believe we can show this, emotion and passion to the world through the games.
Are you passionate about the games? And which events are you looking forward to?
There are many sport events. For Olympic Games, we have 33 sports and 22 sports for Paralympic Games. But especially, we will have some new sports making debut at the Olympic Tokyo 2020 Games. For example, skateboarding, surfing, sport climbing, those sports are newly added to the Tokyo 2020 Games. So I think that's going to be showcasing, new direction of the Olympic Games. And also me personally, I used to work for the swimming team. So personally, I'm really excited to see the sport of swimming as well.
Yeah, me too. Tatsuo Ogura, many thanks to you for joining us on the agenda.
Thank you very much.